So I had actually recorded one intro, decided, oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do, deleted that, recorded a new one, and apparently I deleted the one that I wanted to keep. My bad. So, intro! Woo! You guys might recognize these. I bought blind bags of Moriah Elizabeth's series, whatever it was, characters. Really, the only one I wanted was these two little foxes, and quite frankly, you can feel the bag and you can easily identify the foxes in this particular series. They're like the only ones with like those long straight up ears, so like you can totally cheese it. I know I found a few dinosaurs too. Anyway, so my first mistake was deciding, oh, I'll just take this entire wreath off. Yeah, it's hollow inside, which makes sense. But then I was like, I don't know what to do with this gaping hole in the neck. So then I glued it back in. I cut off the reef part and I glued it back in. So I made it a lot more pain in the butt than I needed to. Because the other one I just scraped off and that was it. And here I am trying to use clay, and we all know how that goes for me. And, you know, like, for the most part, I would say this was it went fairly well in this part of the process. Boo! They all cracked. I don't know if I just used too much water, but sad faces. That didn't go very well. And there, have a clip of me whining about it. But yeah, it all cracked a lot more than I thought, and I was worried that maybe it would like fall off as I was starting to do things. So I threw just a layer of Mod Podge over it just to try and seal it in and try and prevent more cracking as I worked. And at the end, you know, it didn't really matter. But yeah, and then finally, we're into the gesso part of it. That took so much longer than it needed to. And quite frankly, it took forever to dry too, so that was not fun. It felt like a slow process just for the drying time. And I was impatient through like half of it, so that didn't help. But yeah, so more gesso, more gesso, more gesso. There we go, and now we're adding some pinks. Well, we added pinks. I think there's about 4 layers of pink on there, and you can still kind of see the eyes through it. You had to really look for it, but it was actually kind of helpful for when I was doing the faces, which I was not looking forward to doing the faces. And yeah, so for like the bodies, I have a princess pink, and then the tail and inside of the ears and the little front paws are pearl ash. I know, it's a pretty name, right? It's a very light pink. It's like almost white, but it's definitely not, especially when it's on this pink, because it looks darker than if it were just on its own. Color theory, yay! But yeah, I think the faces turned out better than I expected. I probably could have done like a couple little lashes or something on Lyra's. And I don't know, maybe eyebrows would have helped, but I think Lyren, with his little like closed eye sleepy face, looks adorable. I'm sorry, but I think he turned out better. Like, things we'll see in a moment. We can foreshadow with the stuff that's on my tray here. By the way, I had this paint tray for a few weeks now, and I just finally put it on my desk to use, and I'm realizing that it is quite convenient, except for I'm still going to have to clean it off, but I won't have to scrub my desk? Is that a compromise? I don't know. You tell me. And yeah, it took me a moment to figure out my way of gluing that on that actually worked out well, and that was a dumb way to phrase it, but you know what I mean. I'm having issues with the words right now. The concussive brain is and yeah. So I don't know, I think I glued Lyren's on a little better. Like, Lyra's looks like I didn't get it quite tucked under the chin enough in spots. And something about hers is just sticking up weirdly. I don't know if it just got a lot thicker in spots, but I tried to trim it down a little bit. And I've watched some Tabitha's takeover, okay? She's tough, she's talented, and she's taking over. it was kind of an obsession for a little bit. Not like a deep obsession, but I absolutely love her. And one thing that she was teaching people when she was working with the salon stylist was if your scissors are held a certain way, you can like essentially thin the hair out and kind of even out lines without taking length off. So I was trying to do that. Obviously, I'm not a hairdresser, so my technique was not there. And these are not hairdressing scissors. And these ones in particular were a little sticky as I was trying to do it. But I do think that helped out in some areas. But I do think Lai Ren, the one with the closed eyes, turned out cuter. But this is Lyra and Lai Ren, my little foxy characters. I did ice cream. I did them like playing with ice cream. And they are characters that I want to do more. But anyway, let me know what you think down below. If you think I totally destroyed Moriah Elizabeth's characters, that's fine. You can think that. I get it. She's millions and millions of subscribers, and some people might be angry with me for this. That's okay. Or if you would have done one of your own characters, tell me about your character down in the comments below. Or you can join my Discord, which will be in the description, which is also down below. Everything is just down below that you need. The subscribe button's also there, and the like. Feel free to leave me a like. I like seeing people like my stuff. Yeah, that was totally not dumb. And she just jumped out of her bow. Until next time, bye-bye!